Hello there, here we are in the beautiful region of Puglia. Today I'm showing you a stunning property located on the seafront of the commune of Andrano. So this is a 7% zone property. We are very close to Castro, quite close to Otranto, in a beautiful area. This is one of my favorite areas of Puglia, and obviously I'll put up the map so that you can see exactly where we're talking about. Now this is walking distance from the sea. It is less than a 5-minute walk down to the sea, and obviously you can start to see those beautiful sea views in the background. So without further ado, let's start to go inside, and immediately you're taken by this beautiful garden area. This is all wisteria that's growing over here, so you can imagine at different times of the year when this is blooming, it looks absolutely stunning. And obviously the backdrop of the bougainvillea plants with the sea in the background, this is something truly incredible. I love the light in the middle. Actually, the light is taken from a boat, so this is an old lamp, and very, very picturesque, this entrance. And this is the back entrance. This is a corner property, so you do have a road that wraps around, but this is not a busy road. You won't hear a single car that goes past here today. Now we're actually talking about a 4-bedroom property here, so it's around 168 square meters of actual property, and obviously the sea views are throughout the house. But let's start to move forward to the front of the house. You can see we've got this beautiful area here with this umbrella that comes over. This is just off the sitting room area, so both the kitchen and sitting room is in this section here, but you'll see you've got another section at the back if you wanted to use it. Now here we actually have stairs that run down to the front of the property, and you can see it carries you on to a road with a cycling lane. And we'll be showing a little bit more of that so that I can kind of show you just how close to the sea we are. Now on the seafront here we have bars, we have restaurants, so it's a very, very nice location that we're showing you here today. Again, beautiful stairs going down to the front. Here this is a very nice space, and obviously depending on the time of the day, the sun is going to hit in this area or it's going to hit at the back of the property, and obviously you've got different areas where you can, avoid the sun when it's too hot. Nice that you've got this little bench here kind of carved into the stone here. Very nice to have this, and these windows are part of your sitting room here, so very beautiful views from in, and this is kind of the corner of the property. Almost feels like you're standing on a boat, very much like that Titanic moment, but you can see just how close the sea is. You can see the waves, you can see the speedboat just going through there. And again, we are on a parallel, which is basically just down to the seafront. You can see Castro in the distance there, and we'll try and put in a zoomed shot for you of Castro, so very close to Castro. But again, this is a 7% zone, so you've got the flat rate tax that you could benefit from in this area. So let's start to walk inside. You can see very beautiful, good size room here. All the rooms are really good size, and we've got tons of light coming in. Actually, one of the shutters is closed here, but you can see we've got tons of light in this property. Very airy. You feel that the wind just comes through this house, and again, it gives you that feeling that you're kind of on a boat, because these beautiful views onto the seafront are truly stunning, and definitely a property which I recommend you come and see in person, because We always try our best, but obviously it's difficult to give you that emotion that you get from coming into a property like this and actually feeling the difference of being here. So here we have we've got heating and cooling. Now all the systems, all the services have been completely renewed here. So this is a very energy efficient property, but also they've done all the kind of climatization with the walls. They've done all the work that needs to be done to modernize this property. So very, very nice that that's all been done. And we're talking about a property which doesn't need any work whatsoever. So cooling and heating throughout, and you can see these are pretty much brand new. We're coming through into the first bedroom here that we're seeing. Again, I've been saying how big the rooms are. Everything's a really good size in this property. So tons of storage space. Obviously the furniture's outdated, but I think you could do something very special with this. And Jen, just look at this view here. And I love how the views are both on the right-hand side of the property, but also out on the left. And you can see here, that's your view. Imagine waking up and you're just having a coffee and your view is of Castro in the distance and the waves kind of hitting the shoreline. Truly stunning place we're showing you today. And very nice that you've got this kind of corner window here that goes all the way around. And obviously you've got this that kind of continues. So tons of light coming into this property. And I love this corner window. I'm just gonna kind of close the shutter so it doesn't hit. Now talking about the shutters, you can see these are all brand new as well. And then we do also have the handy anti-mosquito netting. Come down and you can see that's on all the windows. So very nice to have. Again, no work needs to be done. I mean, I would definitely have fun buying some furniture for this place because I think obviously the decor leaves quite a lot to be desired, but very nice size rooms. That's the important thing. Here we're coming to the back side of the property and this window kind of faces on to where we entered. So that beautiful garden area that we had just at the beginning of the video tour. And now you can see another really good size room here. Plenty of storage space, plenty of room for the bed and pretty much everything you need. Again, there are 3 bedrooms in the main house and there's kind of an independent house which we'll get to towards the end of this video. So 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in the main structure. Look, they managed to get 2, I mean, these are not double beds, but pretty much that's 1.5 and this is a double bed. So very good size rooms again. And you can see good size windows everywhere, lots of light coming in, cooling and heating. Again, these are all kind of brand new. So very nice that you don't really have to do any structural work to this property. And then coming into the bathroom, you can see again that feeling of just space. Very large bathroom, very nice to have this amount of space for the shower, the sink, and it's, you know, it may be a bit outdated, but it's very functional and very clean and nice and simple. So I do like that as well. Now coming back down into the sitting room, we've got the second bathroom, and here we actually have a little washing room area. So you've got the washing machine here, and then you actually have a decent sized bathroom here as well. So this one's actually more modern than the other. You can see they've kind of changed everything in here. So very nice to have. Again, this is really the bathroom that most guests will be using when they come into the house. And then here we have the kitchen. Again, a really good sized kitchen, obviously completely outdated, but I think this is a property you can have fun with making it your own. The key here is the fact that all the services have been changed over. The position is stunning, the views are stunning, and therefore you can just have fun with doing the finishing touches. Because this is actually a really good sized kitchen, especially when we're considering this is a beach property in Puglia, which is not the place where you always have large kitchens. Outside dining area, you can see here, it's now nice and shaded over here. So this is where you're just coming out from the kitchen. You've got this beautiful outside eating area, and this is also a very good size. So when the sun's blaring over here, as I say, on the other side, you can come over here and it's nice and shaded. And round here, we actually have this very useful area. And one of my favorite parts of the house, you've got this outside shower with the sea views, and that's obviously going to be pretty charming to have when you're having the shower and you can kind of look outside towards the sea and see the waves. Very nice to have. Then you've got this outside sink area. Again, very useful to have these sorts of areas. And another very useful area to have is what we call here the technical room. And here you've actually got this space out here, which is a really good size. And you can see that's actually the tank for the solar panel, which we have on the roof. We are going to get to the roof at the end. It's pretty spectacular up there. So we've decided to finish the video up there. But you do have a solar panel, which does your heated water supply. And then coming down here is where we have the guest house. And I say independent from the main house. You can see it's currently, you can see here, it's gone, the setup is pretty much, you've got a little curtain dividing the bedroom area. I mean, they're kind of using it as a bit of storage at the moment, but good size area here. This is huge cupboard, so obviously a good amount of storage space. Here you have sort of a dining area, but you've also got the attachments for the washing machine. So you do have water supply down here. It'd be very easy to set this up as a little guest house for guests coming over. And in here we do have a fully functional bathroom as well. So very nice to have that. And you can see it's just another really good amount of space in here, and something which you don't really find often in these types of properties, that you've got a guest house as well as having the main house. Now moving back up, so going up, back up the steps. And what I did mention about the water, here we are actually connected to the mains water supply. So you do have a cistern as well for the kind of water for the gardening. Another thing that we're just walking by here quickly, you've got an outside barbecue area. So again, very nice to have. And again, we're just off the kitchen here, so very useful and very easy to use. And you can see the garden kind of wraps around the house. And finally, really the star of the show here, and you can imagine what kind of view we're going to be coming up to here, really is this roof terrace, which I think, with a few sofas and a few lounge chairs, is going to be something truly stunning, especially when the sun is setting. And this, the view, you can really start to understand the position, and obviously we'll put the drone video up to kind of show you even more. You can see it stretches all the way around. We actually have Tricase in that direction there, and we have Castro, which you're seeing over there. So we're right in between, and you can see just how beautiful and blue the sea is in this location. You can actually start to see the coastline from up here as well. But kind of mentioning a few of the other things of the house, as you can see, everything that we can see up here, this is all connected to the heaters and coolers. This is all brand new, it's just been put in, so very nice to have. And then the solar panels, which I was mentioning previously, are obviously for the warm water. So again, a really good property, energy efficient. And this, for me, maybe stick up a removable pergola, have a nice table and chairs, sofa, lounge area, and basically enjoy it every time the sun's setting. You have this sort of a view. Now, that I don't know if it's going to come out on camera, but you can actually see all the way to Albania from here. It's just one of the closest points, so you can actually see the hills there. I can see it very, very lightly in the distance. But again, absolutely stunning. I think you'll agree this is probably one of the nicest properties we've had on the seafront, and definitely the entrance, the garden, the location, and the size, and the fact that it's all been gutted out and redone. Because with most of these properties, something you don't factor in, this has already had everything done, so you don't have to bother with all the headache of redoing it, and you can just think about the fun stuff, which is the furniture that you're going to pick to put inside and outside. A truly stunning property today. I hope I've kind of answered all the questions there are, but obviously if you have any more questions on this property or any of the others, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you very much for watching.